Hi everyone, welcome back to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm GoLocal News Editor Kate Nagel. Thanks for tuning in this Tuesday afternoon here in downtown Providence. We talk politics, now we're going to talk productions. A familiar face, actor, producer, jack of all trades, Nick Albanese. Thank you for coming in.
Nice to see you again. I'm like a regular now.
That's what I said. This is time number 4?
It's number 4, I think, yeah.
Well, when you got a lot on your plate and you've got productions that you want folks to know about, always appreciate your coming in because you have a new one-man production, A Night with an Unfamous Actor.
Yeah.
It sounds a little biographical.
It's really in stages, movie sets, and other stories, A Night with an Unfamous Actor. And it's it's kind of continuation of The Last Sicilian, my first one-man show. And it's a little bit, I'd say a little, maybe 1 or 2 stories that I left out of the original. And then I go more into my career of the past 20 years of being on movie sets and doing stuff on stage and actually driving as a driver, chauffeuring these people around. So I met a lot of people over the years.
So how many instances do you draw from in this production? I mean, how many vignettes are there? Does it all sort of weave together?
It weaves together. It's not as structured as my first. I want it to be, this one man's going to be a little looser. I might do more a little improv, and I might, even talk to the audience. I don't know how it's going to go. This is very experimental for me. And it's just stories of meeting these people, not just saying hello to them, but spending hours with them, like George Carlin, Danny DeVito, Emeril Lagasse, Kenny Rogers, Ed Burns, Katherine Heigl. So there's a bunch of people. You
have quite the repertoire of some of the celebrities you've interacted with, but a celebrity in your own right here in Rhode Island. So give us the nuts and bolts about the production and the dates and where we can find you.
Well, that's going to be this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday at 7, and Friday and Saturday at 8 o'clock at the Theater 82 in Cranston, 82 Rolfe Square. And you can go right to the Artist Exchange's website to get tickets for that show.
Very good. Yeah. So you've got that one-man show, and then you have Washed Up Actors.
Yeah, that's the next one. Oh, and actually, anybody that comes to this production this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we're going to put you in a drawing. You can win tickets to see Washed Up Actors, which is the last 2 weekends in March at the Sister Theater down the street, the Artist Exchange.
Very good. So let's talk a little bit about Washed Up Actors.
Yeah, that's a fun story. It's a group of actors. I'm not the only one in this. It's about 6 of us, and about 3 of the characters are these washed up actors. They're a little older. They can't get any more gigs. No one's hiring them. Some of them are just bad. They can never get work, and they have bills to pay. They need to eat. So one of the guys knows a guy that knows a guy. Very Rhode Island, and it's set in like New York. It really never says where it is, but in my mind it's New York. And this guy is going to help them plan a jewelry heist so they can make money. And that's all I can tell you. And it's funny. It's really funny.
A jewelry heist for Washed Up Actors.
Yep.
Talk a little, as you said, at the Sister Theater end of March.
Yep, it's March 21, 22, 23, and then the following week, 28, 29, and 30.
And again, we're going to have all these links for you if you're here and you're trying to keep tabs on where Nick Albanese is at any given time. It's not the easiest. The Last Sicilian, a few things there, that one-man production. You're going to have a one-night-only dinner,
it's basically
dinner in the theater.
So far, it's like the only time I'm going to be doing it this year. And it's going to be a week before Washed Up Actor starts. It's March 9th. It's a Saturday night at Savini's, I think I'm saying it right, in Woonsocket. And the food, I hear, is incredible. And it's a dinner show. You come, it's one ticket, you eat your dinner, and then once dinner's over, I do the whole show.
Very good.
It's the first time.
How tough is that to go from like one production to another and put the one hat on and take it off?
Yeah, luckily Last Sicilian, I've been doing it so long, it's like riding a bike, and it's all there. But it is tough. Like now with this new one, man, I'm just reading that script all this week. I'm not even looking at the washed up actors.
So you're just trying to try that one on, make it comfortable, and get ready for it.
And then once that one's over, then I can release all those lines out of my brain, and then start reading another script. So it's amazing, the brain. I don't know how I remember these things sometimes.
And The Last Sicilian, and I'd love to talk with you about the process as well, because you're also in the process of making it into a screenplay.
That's right. Yep.
So for those of us neophytes who don't know how screenplays are necessarily written, you have dialogue, of course, and you had a production. What does it involve, sort of the movie aspect, looking at it from that vantage point?
Yeah, well, see, the Last Sicilian itself, when I do the one-man show, it's so much like history and the history of Italy itself, and then history of my family, and then coming over and all that. Where a movie, it would be like a 3-hour movie, it would just be too long. So the screenplay, I said, I'm going to narrow it down to a year in my life, probably when I was between 9 and 10 years old. Living on the north end of Providence on Charles Street above my father's bakery. And it's going to just be these stories of my family and things that happened to us in the neighborhood, at the bakery. So that's, I really narrow it down. And the screenplay is just written so differently than a play. It's not too far off, but yeah, there's a structure to it. You're going to have the action, then you have the character and the dialogue. So I've been playing all these parts myself on stage, but now I have to break them all down and make them individual characters. So it's been a fun process, And
As I said, I hope I can see it in the movies.
I'm hoping one day, but, and I kind of put that in the back burner a little bit last month or so, because I also wrote a TV pilot. That's
the grand finale.
I know you want to talk about that.
And you're like, there's only so much I can tell you, and I'm like, I'm going to extract it out of you because you've written a TV pilot. But you're also looking for some community involvement in it as well?
Yeah, the TV pilot, I can tell you what it's based on. It's about a guy that owns a funeral parlor. And I know there's a lot of funeral parlors out there in Rhode Island. And his wife passed away, he has one daughter, and he has one brother who's the black sheep of the family, and comes back into town and starts kind of interrupting his normal life. And I have a couple of people that have been reading the script, people that are in the business. And
that's funny. I saw one particular funeral home owner share your post on Facebook today.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I was like, if he's watching, he's going to be like, Nick, I got to talk to you. And I'm going to do a fundraiser.
That's it.
A fundraiser for this pilot, because everything costs money. And I'm doing it April 27th, and it's April 27th. At Sacred Exchange Fellowship. A lot of my good friends go attend that church, and the Pastor Mike from that church is a fan of mine and a friend of mine, and he offered to give the church that night so I can do this fundraiser.
Very good.
Yeah,
well, there is no rest for the weary for Nick Albanese.
This year, I don't know where I'm going to sleep. I don't know.
I think you're going to be doing more in 2 months than most people actually do in a year. So I appreciate you taking the time to come in here. As I mentioned, we're going to provide those links to the production opening up this weekend, as well as washed-up actors, and then more with The Last Sicilian, and of course the TV pilot fundraiser. So Nick Albanese,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Appreciate you watching and joining us for Jennifer Lawless at UVA, Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee talking about the Entrepreneur Challenge, and Nick Albanese. We're going to cut off here now, and we're going to be popping back up shortly at the City Plan Commission, where they are taking up once again the proposal to subdivide an historic estate on Blackstone Boulevard 288. So be sure to check back in with GoLocal shortly, and we'll see you back here in studio tomorrow on GoLocal News.